Exodus chapter 19. God speaks of Mount Sinai. 1. On the day that 3 months had passed since the Israelites had left Egypt, they arrived in the wilderness of Sinai. 2. After leaving Rephidim, they entered the wilderness of Sinai, and Israel encamped there before the mountain. 3. Soon Moses went up the mountain to meet God. And the Lord called him from the mountain, saying, Say the following to the descendants of Jacob, and declare to the Israelites. 4. You saw what I did to Egypt and how I carried them on eagle's wings and brought them to me. 5. Now, if you obey me faithfully and keep my covenant, you will be my personal treasure among all nations, though all the land is mine. 6. You will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Those are the words you will say to the Israelites. 7. Moses returned, summoned the authorities of the people, and exposed to them all that the Lord had commanded him to speak. 8. The whole people unanimously replied, We will do all that the Lord has commanded. And Moses brought the people's response to the Lord. 9. The Lord said to Moses, I will come in a thick cloud, that the people, hearing me speak to you, may always trust in you. Then Moses reported to the Lord what the people had told him. 10. And the Lord said to Moses, Go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow. They must wash their garments. 11. And be ready on the 3rd day, for on that day the Lord will descend upon Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. 12. Set boundaries around the mountain and tell the people, Be careful not to climb the mountain and not to touch its base. Whoever touches the mountain will surely be killed. 13. He will be stoned or killed with arrows. No one should touch it with their hand. Be it man, be it animal, it will not live. Only when the bugle sounds a long ring can they climb the hill. 14. When Moses came down from the mountain, he consecrated the people, and they washed their garments. 15. He then said to the people, Prepare yourselves for the 3rd day, and until then do not draw near to the woman. 16. At dawn on the 3rd day there was thunder and lightning, a dense cloud covered the mountain, and a trumpet sounded loudly. Everyone in the camp trembled in fear. 17. Moses led the people out of the camp to meet God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. 18. Mount Sinai was covered with smoke, for the Lord had descended upon it in flames of fire. Smoke rose from it as if from a furnace, the whole mountain trembled violently. 19. And the sound of the trumpet was louder and louder. Then Moses spoke, and the voice of God answered him. 20. The Lord descended to the top of Mount Sinai and called Moses to the top of the mountain. Moses went up. 21. And the Lord said to him, Come down and warn the people not to go beyond the limits to see the Lord, and many of them will perish. 22. Even priests who approach the Lord must consecrate themselves, otherwise the Lord will fulminate them. 23. Moses said to the Lord, The people cannot ascend Mount Sinai, for you yourself have warned us, set a boundary around the mountain and declare it holy. 24. The Lord answered, Come down and then go back up, accompanied by Aaron. As for the priests and the people, they must not go beyond the limit to ascend to the Lord, otherwise the Lord will fulminate them. 25. Then Moses came down and warned the people.